Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going to tune into something really fascinating, your brainwaves. We've got some great sources you sent over.
Yeah, it's like looking under the hood of the mind, isn't it?
Totally. So our mission today is to kind of decode these signals, delta, theta, alpha, beta, gamma.
And explore how maybe, just maybe, consciously working with them could help with things like sleep or focus.
Or even creativity.
Yeah,
Making it practical for you listening.
exactly. So brainwave frequencies, we measure them in hertz, which is basically cycles per second. It's just the speed of the electrical buzz in your brain.
Different speeds for different mental states, right?
Precisely. Different gears for different activities.
Okay, so let's start at the slow end. Delta waves, that's 0.5 to 4 hertz, super slow.
Right. Think deep, dreamless sleep. That real knockout state. Or, profound meditation.
Total unplugging from the world.
Yeah. And that's believed to be super important for, physical restoration, healing.
Immune system support, too, I read.
That's the thinking, yeah. It's prime time for the body to repair itself.
So if someone's struggling with deep sleep, maybe listening to delta frequencies before bed could gently guide the brain there.
That's the idea, kind of suggesting that slower rhythm.
Interesting. Okay, moving up a notch. Theta waves, 4 to 8 hertz. Still pretty slow, but faster than delta.
Uh-huh. Now you're entering the realm of light sleep, REM sleep sometimes, deep relaxation.
Like meditation.
Definitely deep meditation.
Yeah.
And it's strongly linked to creativity, that feeling when you're half awake, half asleep.
Yeah, that kind of floaty, ideas popping up state.
That's classic beta territory. Great for intuition, accessing subconscious stuff, visualization.
So if you're meditating, or maybe doing some creative brainstorming,
Yeah.
theta might be the frequency to explore.
It could certainly help set the stage, yeah. Worth experimenting with.
Cool. Okay, next is alpha, 8 to 12 hertz. This one sounds balanced.
It really is. Alpha is often described as relaxed alertness. You're calm, but you're present. Not drowsy, not stressed.
Like daydreaming, maybe?
Yeah.
Or just taking a quiet moment.
Exactly. It's great for reducing stress, improving sort of mental coordination, light learning, gentle creativity, that peaceful flow state.
So for a quick mental reset during the day, alpha could be your friend.
Yeah, it's a nice bridge between activity and deep rest.
All right, now we're picking up speed. Beta waves, 12 to 30 hertz. This is our on switch.
Pretty much, this is your active thinking, problem-solving brain of when you're focused, making decisions, engaged in conversation.
Like right now.
Like right now, yeah. Beta is dominant. It keeps you alert and concentrated.
But I saw a note that too much beta can be linked to stress or anxiety.
That's the flip side. You need it to function, but if it's constantly high without breaks, yeah, it can feel like being on all the time, which is stressful.
So listening to beta may be useful during intense study or work sessions.
Potentially, yeah. When you really need to buckle down and focus.
Gotcha. And finally, the fastest. Gamma waves, 30 hertz and up, high gear.
This is like peak processing power. Gamma is associated with high-level cognitive function, intense focus, insight, that aha moment.
Wow, so like moments of sudden understanding or peak performance.
Exactly. Enhanced perception, memory recall, integrating information from different brain areas. It's complex stuff.
Maybe useful when you're trying to learn something complex or need that burst of insight.
That's the theory for peak mental activity.
Okay, so we have these different states linked to frequencies. But how does listening to a frequency actually, influence your brain?
Well, the main techniques are things like binaural beats and isochronic tones.
Right, I've heard of those.
With binaural beats, you play slightly different frequencies in each ear, say 200 hertz in one, 210 hertz in the other. Your brain perceives the difference.
As a 10 hertz beat, like an alpha wave.
Exactly. It's called the frequency following response. Isochronic tones are a bit different. They use pulses of a single tone, but the goal is similar. Gently encourage your brain waves to sync up or entrain to that external rhythm.
Fascinating. So you could potentially use alpha sounds for stress reduction.
Or beta for focus during studying.
Delta before bed for sleep support.
Theta or alpha for meditation. Yeah, those are the common applications people experiment with.
And I guess it's not a one-size-fits-all thing.
Absolutely not. Everyone's brain chemistry and wiring is unique. What works wonders for one person might do nothing for another. It really comes down to personal experimentation.
Okay, so wrapping this up. Different brainwave frequencies are tied to different mental states, from deep sleep to peak focus.
And there's this potential through sound techniques like binaural beats to gently influence these states.
providing a potential toolkit for managing things like stress, sleep, or concentration.
Exactly. It's about understanding the rhythms of your own mind.
Which leaves us with a thought to ponder. If these connections exist, how might deliberately weaving specific frequencies into your daily routine start to subtly shift your mental landscape or abilities over time? What sonic experiments might you be curious enough to try out? Something to think about until our next deep dive.